believed there and now are no longer acceptable. This Lori Aero Engineering Associates firm came forth with a program for Bosley sludge monofill capping, the engineering, design, permitting, and construction oversight. This is not the actual job. The cost is budgeted to not exceed $42,515. $42,515. Funds are available in the fiscal 15 operating and capital budgets to do the work.
Thank you. For those of us that grew up in Keene, I lived down on Lower Main Street. We knew why Rose Lane was named, and we were very aware of the fact that the sewage treatment plant was being operated down there. Are there any further questions or comments? We moved out of there in 1985 down to the current sewage treatment plant, so I think it probably is about time that we closed it down. Are you ready for a vote? All those in favor? Opposed? It's unanimous. City Manager.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will do my best to keep this brief and also be understood, since I'm fighting a little bit of a cold. This evening, I would like to bring to the Council's attention a meeting that you and I and others attended with Antioch University, New England. It was pretty exciting. The Antioch came with President Steve Jones, Vice President for Academic Affairs, Melinda Treadwell, and they wanted to also Center for Academic Innovation Director Abigail Abrash Walton, and they wanted to talk about a resiliency and a collaboration with the City of Keene relative to a commitment in principle to establish a multi-year public-private partnership to advance community resiliency. The objective is to determine the benefits, the priorities, and scope of collaboration between Antioch's Center for Climate Preparedness and Community Resilience and the City of Keene. As you know, President Jones is relatively new in office, but he's very, very impressed with the work that the college or the university has had with the City of Keene, our entwinement, our interaction, our cooperative efforts, and the fact that the city has had a leadership role and has been recognized for having such a leadership role, as well as many members of the City Council, past mayors and City Council members, members of the community, and yourself, Your Honor, and individuals here this evening. So the proposed approach would be for Antioch University, New England, and the City of Keene to establish a public-private partnership that deploys a multidisciplinary, multi-stakeholder approach to strengthening community resilience. Building on the things that we've already done and anticipating these priorities may include civic leadership and public service engagement, community gardens, district heating and weatherization, downtown stormwater management and community preparedness, economic development, greenhouse gas inventory updates, Keene energy and agricultural projects, affectionately known as KEEP, transportation management, bike path expansion, urban tree planting initiatives, etc. With this kind of collaboration would come a memorandum of understanding that is not binding, but would show the goodwill of the city. I know that Antioch University of New England anticipates talking about that later this month when they have their significant annual meeting, and the Horace Mann meeting where they talk about the award for that particular prestigious event. So in anticipation of that, we wanted the City Council to be aware of the possibility of a memorandum of understanding, which is non-binding but does demonstrate good faith. And Your Honor, with that, I'd like to turn it over to you, yield the rest of my time for an item that you'd like to bring to the council.
Okay, thank you. On Monday evening, there was a forum held at the Keene High School regarding heroin usage in the community. The city manager was there, I was there. I had the opportunity to speak at the forum. It was well attended. There were approximately 150 to 200 people there, and it was a discussion about the nature of the problem, as well as we heard from various groups that were working on different aspects of resolution or trying to figure out how do we manage the crisis that we are facing right now. I very much you know, I found it very productive and very useful. And I just wanted to highlight for the council the comments that I made, because this is a matter that has been brought forward. Council Clark and Council Filio brought this forward to the City Council, and is currently pending before the Municipal Services, Facilities, and Infrastructure Committee. So I did want to take the opportunity to point out that, as you know, this forum dealt with both prevention, treatment, and enforcement issues relating to the use of heroin, and it was clear that it was going to take a collective input from a variety of groups in order to effectively deal with this issue. And so I've offered through the mayor's office to act as a coordinating committee, to establish a coordinating committee for a variety of the groups, and I've begun discussions already with several groups who are actively involved and are professionals in dealing with the heroin crisis, to bring them together to try to coordinate their efforts and to determine if there are areas that in fact are not being dealt with that should more effectively be dealt with in connection with heroin, and determine what steps should be taken in the future to try to eliminate the scourge from our region. So that it was an important forum, it was a valuable forum, and I appreciated very much those that put it on. And you know, I look forward to further discussions both with the City Council and with a variety of groups that are involved in the heroin epidemic that we are facing as we go forward from here. Okay. Next, we have resolutions.
Finance Organization and Personnel Committee report relative to the Winchester Street Bridge water main repairs and Resolution R-2014-24. On a vote of 4-0, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee accepted the report on the Winchester Street Bridge water main repair as informational. And on a vote of 4-0, the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee then recommended the adoption of Resolution R-2014-24, which we have. Resolution R-2014-24, resolution relating to the appropriation for the Winchester Street Bridge water main, introduced by Councilor Greenwald.
And we will file the memorandum. Councilor Greenwald for motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. I move for the adoption of Resolution R 2014-24. Second.
It has been moved and seconded. Councilor Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. What this resolution will accomplish is it approves the funding of $94,500 for the repair of the Winchester Street Bridge water main. This water main was placed into service in 1965 when the bridge was constructed. For reasons not really clear, in March of 2014, it froze and it cracked. It's an uninsulated pipe, and it caused some serious issues. It's important that we have a loop all around the city, and without that piece of the pipe, obviously, the loop is not there. So it needs to be replaced. Bids were received. This was put out for open bid, competitive bid, and the winning bid, low bidder, was Renault Brothers of Vernon, Vermont. And again, the amount of the appropriation on the resolution is $94,500.
Are there any further questions or comments? Seeing none, are you ready for a vote? This requires a roll call. The clerk, please call the roll.
Councilor Roberts?
Yes.
Councilor Clark?
Yes.
Councilor Duffy?
Yes.
Councilor Redfern?
Yes.
Councilor Jacobs?
Yes.
Councilor Manwaring?
Yes.
Councilor O'Connor?
Yes.
Councilor Filio?
Yes.
Councilor Hague? Yes. Councilor Powers?
Yes.
Councilor Chad Moore?
Yes.
Councilor Meador?
Yes.
Councilor Jones?
Yes.
Councilor Richards?
Yes.
And Councilor Greenwald?
Yes.
And it is unanimously adopted. 6B, a further resolution.
Finance Organization and Personnel Committee report on Resolution R-2425 on a vote of, that should be 4-0. Finance Organization and Personnel Committee recommends the adoption of Resolution R 2014-25. And we have Resolution R 2014-25, a resolution relating to Citizens United versus the Federal Elections Commission, introduced by Councilor Greenwald.
Council Greenwald.
Your Honor,
File the memorandum, and Council Greenwald for a motion.
Your Honor, I move to carry out adoption of Resolution R 2014-25.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, Council Greenwald.
Thank you, Your Honor. I will not read the entire resolution. I did that at committee, and hopefully the public heard it. This issue of Citizens United versus the Federal Elections Commission has been discussed and explained pretty extensively at the Finance Organization and Personnel Committee, and also voted by the council that the city attorney create this resolution. City attorney and mayor worked on this, and I must say I think it's a very, very all-encompassing, very, very clear discussion of the issue, which really places it as a constitutional discussion, absolutely not a partisan. One of the things that's great about the city council, we're not Democrats, we're Republicans. We're just working for the public. It's not a partisan discussion whatsoever. In my mind, I think it really states everything very clearly. There was an individual, one of the folks, Gerhard Betting, that brought this to our attention, that requested that we consider an additional paragraph. I did some reading, thinking, and part of the discussion at Finance Organization and Personnel was that if it was appropriate, after discussion with the city attorney, that perhaps an amendment could be made to this. Again, I gave some thought to this, and the whole previous discussion was dealing with corporations, it was dealing with the Constitution and that sort of issue. This final issue that Mr. Betting brought forth came out of the city of Gainesville, Florida. Again, I'm not introducing this as an amendment, I'm explaining why I'm not. Gets into off that issue, and it's dealing with that money is not speech, and therefore regulating political contributions and spending is not equivalent to limiting political speech. I think it's taking it off topic. So with individuals are what we're hopefully protecting their interests and their ability to function in the government. Individuals should be allowed to contribute